Oh, guys, we almost got there. Almost got through a night without the game crashing, but as so often happens, I don't know why. It seems to happen when things are getting really, really interesting. I don't know if it's because I'm talking more and there's more. I feel like there's more input going through my headset, and maybe the game just. Well, there's more cars on screen or something. I don't know. It doesn't like it and it crashes. Yeah. So anyway, we are back and rejoining this battle. The Sea and Goat train is slightly broken up and it's turned a little bit into the Power Site train now. Not quite as big as it was before, and gaps have slightly increased. But still a lot of the same guys. Oh, hello. Oh, there's a safety car. Oh, perfect timing. Alright, tyres. So this will be very interesting. Pretty much everyone will pit here for... Wow. It must be mediums. You've got to go mediums here. Softs are going to cause you big issues. Is anyone going to go on the soft tyres and possibly scupper their chances? Although if... Drow's done it. I think that's going to be a struggle to get to the end. I think mediums are the way to go. As we're watching all of this unfold, I will just... Oh, Seb hasn't pitted. Oh dear. I'm just going to post the updated stream link in the chat. So I'll be back in about 2 minutes. Stand by. Alright, here we go. And so, as expected, virtually the entire field has come into the pits except Seb. Oh dear. I think Quiet Cake. Is he going to pit? No. Okay. Interesting move. G4 server is in. He might have been... Is he serving a pen? Potentially. Right, so penalty situation, we've got a few corner cutting infringements on a few drivers. Annie Lordy 3 seconds, Drow 6, Noodle 3, Quiet 3. So 3 of the top 6 have pens. What's that going to do to the final results? 10 laps to go. It'll be 8 or 9 by the time we go back to green flag racing. But I think the big question now is, has Seb scuppered his chances by staying out on moderately aged hard compound tyres? Problem is they've got 10 laps on them, so even when the mediums predominantly of the guys behind start to fall off, those hards are still going to be old and there's not going to be much, if any, performance gain even in the last couple of laps. fact, I'm quite certain there won't be. So, Aniut Lloydie, even though he has 3 seconds of pens, is really, really well placed. Dan the Racer is as well. Now, will he have the pace to capitalise? The raw pace, I'm not talking about his tyre situation. On top of that, and then you've got Drow. So Drow and Bear have gone on the soft compound. That is a very aggressive and I would say alternative strategy, because we saw early on in the race that GeForce Server, who has had a slightly diabolical day, now down in P15, he pitted on lap 5 of this race. So they may have only, those soft tyres may have only lasted 4 laps of green flag racing. And at the moment, Drow, Bear and now Quiet are expecting them to do about 9 laps of green flag plus 1 or 2 of safety car running, which is probably worth about 3% a lap of tyre wear. At the moment, I think Aniut Lloydie is probably in the box seat with his tyre situation, albeit with his pen. Another one to watch, I think, as well. Wow. Aniut Lloydie and Honest Crook are looking strong with brand new mediums in the top 5. I think Seb will be there or thereabouts. So then you've got Power Sight and Master Jedi. I think Power Sight in particular has looked pretty racy this weekend. He qualified high up. And he's on hards, which is conservative. They won't be mega quick, but he'll be able to thrash them and not worry about the tyre wear come the end of this, whereas mediums maybe, but the soft guys are going to be, I think those soft tyres could be in the 70 or 80% plus range by the end of this. Safety car is coming in this lap, and we will get racing with 9 laps, according to my estimation, still to go here in Abu Dhabi. As is always the case, these races just have ups and downs all the way through, and you can never really be sure. So I'm sort of making predictions at the moment based on what I think might be the best strat, but really I'm going to be at least half wrong, let's be honest. And off goes Seb on the power, and we are racing here at Yas Marina once again. Looks like a good getaway from the front two. Drow's looked pretty racy. Down the back, someone's maybe had a wee mishap. Let's see how these tyre situations and their differences affect the drivers over the coming laps. And we'll see who makes mistakes as well, because they are coming. You can be absolutely sure of that. And here's Lloydie. After that, he's already gained a few tenths. Is Bear still in the race? Oh, Bear's returned. Okay, that's good to see. Oh, jeepers. See him go. Dive bombing. Uh-oh. Up the front of the field, Aniut Lloydie is all over the back of Seb. Very, very close. Just watching that delta. I have to go and watch it because he's making a move. They're side by side. And Aniut's... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, they've almost spun each other. But Aniut's got the move done, and Seb now, I worry for him. I think he's going to really struggle. Dan the Racer. Dan the Racer smells blood. Thinks about a move going into the final turn. Decides better of it. Here we go. Aniut Lloydie with the fastest lap, and that gap's already up to 1.4. Dan thinks about a dive bomb. Decides better of it. Wisely, I would suspect. Now here's Drow, the first of the soft runners. Oh, look out. Seb's struggling big time. And, oh, look out. Massive dive bomb from Dan. He overcooks it. That'll allow Seb to come back at him. No. Oh, look at the battery being burned on Seb. I think he's desperately fighting this, but he's up against it, really. Honest Crook just lurking. Uh-oh. Bit of contact. Through goes Dan. But Drow says, I'll have some of that as well, thank you. How's this going to work out? Drell is the inside. Will Drell send it on the... Oh, he almost tags the back of Seb. This is getting extremely sketchy. Drell's got through on Seb now. Seb's paying the price. Could this be championship defining? That decision not to come into the pits for Seb. And to make it even more painful, Aniuk Lloydie is now running away at the front of the field. These sorts of moments decide titles. We've still got 2 rounds to go after this, so nothing is set in stone, and even if Seb had a disaster and didn't score here, it wouldn't be the end of the championship, but that could potentially be absolutely massive. And I don't think the damage is done yet, because Honest Crook is next in the queue. In fact, it's 2 Red Bulls who want a piece of Seb. On the power they go. Seb does have DRS, but Honest Crook has ERS. And Seb doesn't even defend. I think he knows. He knows this is a losing battle that he's waging. Down he goes to 5th. Wide on the exit too. He needs to watch track extensions here. Coming through turns 9, 10, kick of 11 and into 12. And you'll just see that Seb just probably struggles a little bit for traction. Yeah, missing the apex there, so he's feeling the burn. Can Noodle take advantage? Oh, look out, Drell's spun again. Oh dear. I don't think he's got damage. Oh, he's going to come into the pits. What's he going to do? Chuck on fresh softs and go for purple? I suspect he will. There's a risk on those softs. But when you spin... No, Drell's had enough. He fires in the pits. He's had a tough time lately, his Drell. And I think that might be his championship hopes properly extinguished. Unfortunately, down the order, White Cake facing in the wrong direction. Bear 2.0 wants a piece of Glorious Noodle, and he gets the position P5 for the Alpine. And that will allow him to have first dibs on Seb, but Bear gets squirrely, or some other such word coming out of turn whatever the heck that is, and he lost a bit of impetus. Glorious Noodle couldn't quite capitalise. So that has brought Power Sight back into this on those hard tyres. Now we said that the hard tyres wouldn't be particularly quick, but the tyre wear on them of course will be the least, and that will allow him to push, and oh no, Noodle half spins. But he saves it, to his credit. At the front of the field, Aniuk Lloydie leading by 3.5 seconds, so he is outside of the range he needs to be to win with his 3-second pen down. The race is not giving up the fight as Quiet Cake, his day goes from bad to worse, spinning in the final sector. But yeah, Aniuk Lloydie's looking pretty good, but it's marginal. Dan's keeping that gap close to 3 seconds. Then Honest Crook is lurking as well as Bear gets past Seb for P4. Coming down into turns 6 and 7. Seb will try to at least hang on, but there's a wee bit of a traction difference there, and that will be that. White Cake needs to be careful that he doesn't cause a safety car. That would really throw another cat among the pigeons. He's stationary at the final corner. What's he doing? He's coming into the pits. Okay, he might be retiring here. Nope, he is stationary. I really hope that's not a safety car. It shouldn't be. Anyway. And Aniuk's extended that gap slightly. Now, Honest Crook, if he wants to win this race, He probably needs to clear Dan the Racer and mount a challenge of his own to stay within that 3 seconds to alley-oop. Can he do it? Honest Crook's a little bit beyond the required 1 second, and I think he's going to miss out on DRS this lap. Someone who will not miss out on DRS is Powersight. Down into turn 5. Wide entry on the power nicely enough. Seb has DRS, which makes it very difficult for Powersight to attack at this point. Might line him up on the next straight. Powersight's looking good on his battery. But there we go, Bear 2.0 on the softs. And they're 8 laps old, so they are well cooked now, I think. And it's just allowing Seb to stay within the range that he wants to. And keep DRS, which is helping him defend from Powersight currently. Oh, around goes Glorious Noodle. In the area of turn 10, he's lost the rear end. We caught the end of it. There was a few cars very close together in there. At the moment, there's a train behind Ghost Rider. And yeah, poor old Glorious Noodle. Facing the wrong way, down to P13. And Lloydie now in total command of this race. 5.6 seconds, he's just extended that gap. It's almost like he's in control and just finding some extra pace when he needs it. There's Crowjag. Looking around the outside. Oh. Big scrap going on here for P9 or so. Also, uh-oh, Bear and Seb tangle, and Powersight goes round the outside. He might have to give that position back, and he does. And look at this, Seb just launches his way back through. Oh, someone has spun down the field. I don't quite know who that was. But what we're seeing here is Seb desperately try to hang on for all he's got to these positions. And oh, look at that G-Force server. Got a little bit interfered with. I think he might have tripped over the back of this battle. And Powersight's looking really good here. He's got much fresher tyres than the guys around him. Bears on the softs and they're dead. You can just see he's struggling. Yeah, and Bears dropped out of DRS zone range to Seb. So the softs are just well past the use by date now, and I think Powersight should make this move pretty easy. A little bit of futile defense from Bear, but it's not going to count for much because Powersight will zoom on through to P5 and then he will line up Seb. Powersight's in a very good position, although he's gone deep on the brakes, and that's caused a kerfuffle behind, and the kerfuffle has caused Ghost Rider to be tagged and spun and spin again. Very unfortunate for him, but a little bit predictable when there's 4 cars in such close proximity. G-Force server, after getting roughed up at exactly this position a week ago, is now back in the battle and having a look at Bear, and getting rough with Bear. Oh, and around goes Bear into the fence and he's out. 2 laps to go. That will not be a safety car, but that's a disappointing end to the race for Bear. Promised quite a lot this one, but it hasn't quite worked out for him in the end, sadly. Looking to the front of the field, we are on the final lap now. It really does seem to creep up on us. Andy Lloyd, 6 seconds clear. He should win this race barring any catastrophe. Man, a lot of retirements. We've had 6 cars retire. Honest Crook, can he take P2? Oh, he doesn't have to dive here. He's got one more straight to go. We can line it up again. Oh, Dan getting fishtaily. What's the DRS situation? Very, very similar, but Honest Crook will have DRS open. Dan covers the inside. Crookie needed the inside there. I think he's going to struggle to make this stick. What will he do? Yep, there you go. Dan the Racer wisely put his car on the inside, and Honest Crook could not make the move. Meanwhile, Power Sight's going around the outside. Can he do it on the better tyres? You blimmin' well bet he can. Around the outside, P4 for the Haas. He made a wise decision on the tyres, and it is paying off at the end of this one. Seb has fought, you've got to say, valiantly. Drops down to P5. It's not a disaster for him, but across the line, Aniuk Lloydie has won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Dan the Racer comes across second, Honest Crook third, and Power Sight will come across the line to finish P4 in the Haas, as Seb brings it home P5, GeForce Surfer P6, Latimer P7, Projag P8, Jedi P9, and CN Goat P10 in the final points paying position. But no, Ghost Rider comes through and says, how you going? I'll have some of that, thank you. CN Goat drops, must have been a pen. There's Jace. Jace across the line too, and last, probably and least, although he's not DNF'd to his credit, but he has got a 3-second pen, is Glorious Noodle. Coming across the line, P13, Race to Forget for the Red Bull. But there we have it, everybody. So Aniuk gets the dub and solidifies his hold on the driver's standings with 2 races to go. It is not over, but he has done everything he could do to extend his lead, and that he has done. Walking down the victory hallway, Ghost Rider says, see you later. Quiet Cake as well. Bit of an annoying celebration from Aniuk, but it is victory for the AlphaTauri. He raises the trophy, points to the glitching mechanics, and he'll spray the champagne, although it's not champagne because it's a Muslim country. He sprays the lemonade, or whatever it is, all over the people, and well-deserved victory for our championship leader. It is a pole to flag win. 3-second pen could not make the difference. Fast slap there for Glorious Noodle, but really good points in the end. Well, for AlphaTauri, it's not going to be much consolation to Seb, who suffered at the end there, but they've certainly probably won the Constructors now officially, if they had not done already. Some good performances in there. GeForce Server came through for P6. He might have hoped for a little bit more. Honest Crook as well, P7 to P3. Dan the Racer, P5 to P2. Crowjag, P12 to P8. That's pretty solid. And apart from that, down the field, probably a number of pretty disappointed drivers, in all honesty. A lot of DNFs. Bear, Quiet Cake, Drowl, delayed. Al Tonki and Asher failing to finish this one. Drowl especially, P3. What could have been for the Aston Martin? But that is all of the action for tonight. Round 13 of the Open Tier 2 Championship. Thank you everyone for joining. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you have enjoyed the stream tonight. Well done to the guys who did well, and to the ones who didn't, keep your heads up. Remember, it's only a game. Easier said than done, I know, but remember to have fun and have another crack next week. It's been a pleasure, and I do hope to see you all again next time. Cheers and goodbye.